In the ancient times when the gods of Asgard watched over the realms of men and monsters alike, none stood more formidable than Thor, the god of thunder. He is the son of Odin, the chief god, and Jörd, the goddess of the earth. Thor is known for his strength, courage, and violent temper. He was often shown as the protector of humanity, fighting against other gods, giants, and monsters. With his large, burly body, fiery red hair, and a wild beard to match, Thor was a figure both awe-inspiring and fearsome. Armed with his indomitable hammer, Mjölnir, he defended the gods against the chaos that threatened their dominion. For all Thor's might, he was not known for wisdom or restraint, more so as a dim-witted do-gooder that likes to fight. His arrogance and impulsive nature often led to trouble, as one particular tale vividly illustrates. Thor's exploits were legendary across the realms, and his presence in a hall was both a blessing and a potential cause for disaster. His appetite for food and drink was unmatched, and he relished the hearty companionship of Asgard's warriors. Mead flowed freely when Thor was present, and laughter boomed as loud as the thunder he commanded. But there was always the risk that his temper would flare, leading to broken tables and shattered peace. It began when Thor and his half-brother Tyr set out on a quest to procure a cauldron large enough to brew mead for a grand feast in Asgard. Their journey took them to the hall of the formidable giant Mjölnir, who was reputed to possess a cauldron vast enough to satisfy even the gods' needs. Mjölnir, though wary of visitors, offered hospitality to the two gods. Thor, being a hearty eater, soon astonished the giant by consuming 2 entire oxen in a single sitting. Mjölnir's jaw dropped in disbelief. "I cannot afford to lose more of my herd to your appetite, Thunderer," the giant grumbled. "Tomorrow we shall fish for our meal." The next morning, Mjölnir led Thor and Tyr down to the shore. As they prepared the boat, Mjölnir provided bait, the heads of small fish, but Thor scoffed. "These morsels are unworthy of my catch," he declared. Without a second thought, he strode back to Mjölnir's pasture and slaughtered the giant's finest oxen, using their heads as bait. Mjölnir's protests went unheard, drowned out by Thor's booming laughter. They rowed far into the open sea, the waves shimmering under the morning sun. Mjölnir, still brooding over his lost oxen, became uneasy as Thor urged him to row farther. "Beyond this point lies danger," Mjölnir warned, "for the Midgard serpent Jörmungandr coils beneath these waters." Thor's eyes gleamed with defiance. "Then that is precisely where we shall fish," he declared. Ignoring Mjölnir's protests, Thor cast his line baited with the ox head into the abyss. The waters churned violently as something massive took the bait. Thor's grip tightened on the line as he braced himself against the rocking boat. With muscles bulging, he heaved upward, the ocean seeming to resist his every pull. Mjölnir's face paled as he realized what Thor had hooked. "It's Jörmungandr," the giant whispered in terror. "Let it go, Thor, or doom will be upon us." But Thor, consumed by pride and the thrill of the challenge, paid no heed. The serpent's monstrous head broke the surface, its eyes burning like twin suns. The sky darkened as thunder rumbled in response to Thor's fury. Lightning crackled through the air, illuminating the god's determined face. Desperate to save them both, Mjölnir seized a knife and, with trembling hands, sliced through Thor's line. The serpent sank back into the depths, its wrathful gaze lingering upon them. Thor roared in rage, his triumph snatched away. In his fury, he grabbed Mjölnir and hurled him into the churning waters. The giant flailed helplessly, his cries swallowed by the waves. Only then did Thor's temper cool enough for reason to return. He reached down and hauled the drenched and shaken Mjölnir back into the boat. They rowed back to shore in heavy silence. Mjölnir's face was grim, but he said nothing of Thor's recklessness. Despite the god's arrogance and the near disaster at sea, Mjölnir fulfilled his part of the bargain. He handed over the great cauldron, its vast size dwarfing even Thor. As they prepared to depart, Mjölnir spoke at last. "Thor, you are mighty beyond measure, but strength without wisdom is a perilous thing. Not all battles must be fought, and not all victories are worth the cost." Thor, though brash, was not entirely without the capacity to learn. Hymir's words lingered in his mind as he and Tyr made their way back to Asgard. The feast was grand, and the mead flowed freely, but Thor found himself quieter than usual, pondering the events of their journey. The tale of Thor and Hymir became a lesson for gods and mortals alike. It spoke not only of the dangers of arrogance and impulsiveness, but also of the importance of respect for one's host and the wisdom in choosing one's battles carefully. Thor's strength was undeniable, but even the mightiest of gods needed the tempering hand of humility and foresight. Thus the gods of Asgard drank their fill from the great cauldron, and Thor, ever the defender of their realm, carried with him the memory of a humbled giant's wisdom, a reminder that sometimes true strength lies not in the hammer's blow, but in the restraint to wield it wisely. As the years passed, bards sang of this tale, emphasizing the importance of mindful hospitality and the danger of unchecked pride. Even the gods, it was said, were bound by these timeless truths.
If you seek wisdom, why not get it from a god? Subscribe to learn our lessons, and thank you for watching Lessons from the Gods.